My name is Tara Gaynor, and my goal today is to share with you some of the experiences that make me an artist and how they have shaped both my work and my vision. This is a 6-month journey, beginning with a quarter at the SCAD Lacoste campus. My time there was some of the most challenging, productive, and stimulating in my experience as an art student. We explored the natural resources of Provence, from lavender to ochre, which is pictured here. Ochre is a red-orange pigment in the form of a sedimentary rock, which is mined, purified, and baked to produce a fine red or yellow powder. This powder produces high-quality, naturally colored paints, both watercolor and oil. We also had the incredible honor of working with Denise Lambert, a master of the ancient art of dyeing with woad. Woad is a cousin of indigo, which comes out of the dye bath a light green and oxidizes once it hits the air to shades of blue from baby blue down to an almost black. In France, I developed my eye as a photographer and an observer in my many attempts to convey and preserve the unique and beautiful moments that I found in every landscape we visited. I learned about myself that I fall in love with the extraordinary and the extraordinarily ordinary with equal enthusiasm. The iris buds we encountered in all of our travels were a constant source of inspiration for me, as were the poppies that we were so lucky to encounter just as they were beginning to bloom. The marketplaces were also an exciting and brilliant place. They contained such a variety of smells, voices, textures, tastes, that while it was ever changing, it was constantly inspiring. The marketplace was where I learned that sometimes brilliant and banal merge for one beautiful moment and become something greater than either, stunning and approachable all at once. I carried this discovery through my sketchbook, finding what I could identify with in the overwhelming beauty of my surroundings. Sometimes it was as simple as a broken down truck or looking out the window, but to me, these sketches are a record of how I learned to see and absorb my environment into my art. Within 2 weeks of leaving France, I traveled to Peru for an internship with a small nonprofit called Awamaki. This company works with cooperatives of local Quechua women to increase their independence and financial standing and bring the gift of their traditional craft to a worldwide marketplace. I learned traditional basket weaving from my host father, Pancho, the latest in a line of craftsmen stretching back countless generations. Local women were kind and friendly and allowed me to watch them work and learn from their beautiful skills. Many who did not know how to read or write could weave complex patterns advancing feet every day. The woman pictured here is weaving a band for the bottom of her skirt using synthetic yarn on a traditional backstrap loom, a common practice in rural villages. This blanket was commissioned for a small store in the United States and was woven by one woman over the course of 2 months on a traditional backstrap loom. The yarn used is commercially produced alpaca dyed by Awamaki with the same natural materials the Quechua community here has used for centuries. Alpaca fleece is one of the largest exports of Peru, and many families survive by the profits of herds such as this one. Once the fleece is shorn, it is separated by quality, the poorest being manufactured into thick, warm blankets, and the finest into delicate, impossibly soft fashion goods that sell for hundreds of dollars on a global market. Pictured here is a cooperative of herders, spinners, and knitters who process the fleece all the way from the animal to the finished project. A co-op member is demonstrating spinning on one of their new electric spindles, an investment which allows them to spin with the same innate consistency, but at greater speeds and with less stress on the wrist and hand than the traditional Andean drop spindle. Here, Daniel and Efrain Sonko, father and son, stir a batch of yarn in a bath of leaves from a common local plant. When the yarn emerges after hours of simmering, it will be a rich, mossy green. Here, 2 cauldrons of cochineal, a dye made from the ground shells of a species of beetle which lives in the prickly pear cactus. These beetles are harvested and processed by specialized cochineal farms and then distributed to dyers like Daniel and his family. Cochineal is a versatile dye which can produce colors ranging anywhere from red-orange to purple and even gray. The color is determined by the pH of the chemical used to fix the dye, called a mordant. Here, Daniel's wife Leonarda and his younger son toss balls of dyed yarn back and forth, working together to warp a floor loom, on which Leonarda will then produce a finished piece. The art weavings produced by the Sonko family are exceptional, using fine alpaca in exclusively natural and hand-dyed colors. They use these to illustrate traditional Quechua motifs called payay. These designs, while visually pleasing, are also of deep and ancient cultural significance and are a form of storytelling and record-keeping. Some of the payay pictured here are, at bottom, the eye, a spiritual element, and center, the black and yellow symbol of the wave, which can either be interpreted as wind or as water. Often, my experiences feel so overwhelming and so fleeting that I have difficulty keeping track of them all. Through self-portraiture, I acknowledge their mark on me and observe the rhythm of my own triumphs and setbacks. Because the portraits are unplanned and from life, each moment is captured frankly. Each sketch contains not only a face, but a mood and an opinion. No two are alike, yet I see myself in each one. They provide me an opportunity to observe my development as an artist and an honest record of how I move through the world. Through these portraits, I express my fear, my solitude, my deficiencies, and my pride. Every self-portrait is a balancing act between the past and the future, the memory of what I've done, and the excitement of not knowing what I will do next. Through travel, observation, and self-portraits, I am building my own identity as an artist. Thank you.